Hey there, modern math teacher. Kristen Moore here from More Than Just X, here to talk to you about 3 steps to make a project that rocks. So, step 1 is picking a topic that your students are interested in. This means that it's got to be both real and relevant, something that they're going to be excited about, that's going to help them stop asking you, when am I ever going to need this? Step 2 is taking that topic, connecting it to your standards, right? Our end goal, you guys, we have to get them to know the math. So if you can find a real and relevant topic and connect it to your standards, you're connecting your students to your standards, you're going to have a project that your students are excited about and that you're excited about and that everyone is going to learn from. And then step 3 is you've got to give them voice and choice. Identify 2 to 3 ways that your students could complete a project. So I want to walk you through these 3 steps with a performance task that I did with my students this year that could easily be turned into a project. So this year in Algebra 2, we were talking all about trigonometry, right? So here's the thing. It's April in Michigan when I'm recording this video, and we were in the middle of winter when we started this topic. My students, my classroom is has a lot of students who are skiers and snowboarders. I have a bunch of students who are on our border cross team. I'm a former skier. One of my students was state ranked for snowboard this year, and we have a local ski mountain nearby. So skiing and snowboarding is something that my students know and are interested in. And I've even had my students Zoom into class on those days we have to Zoom when they've been at the mountain. Just to get their attendance in. So I know that this is a topic my students were interested in. Step 1, check. Totally relevant to my students. Are there real things you can talk about at a ski resort? 110% yes. Now, I wanted to take their interest of them being interested in skiing and snowboarding and connecting that to the standards. It fell at a perfect time where we were going to be working on trigonometry. So we are talking about angle of elevation and angle of depression and how we can use our trigonometry skills to figure those things out where different parts of the mountain are. So what we had as our performance task. So, okay, great. So step 2 done. I know which standards it's going to be. We gave our students this performance task. It is Sokotoa Mountain. It's got this beautiful sketch of a mountain here, right? And our students used basic Pythagorean theorem and trigonometry skills to analyze the different runs. Okay, so this is connected to the ideas and it is connected to the standards, but it's not super exciting for the students because it's not as tangible to them. It's relevant, but it's not quite as real as it could be. It's pretty low on the reality spectrum. It is a simulation, right? So they've got this, they analyzed it. Our big goal here was to be able to analyze and code what type, there we go, what type of hill you had, a green circle, a blue square, a black diamond, or a double black diamond. If you're a skier or snowboarder, you know what those things mean. And so that is all based on the grade of your hill. Now, my students were able to do that. And at the very end, they go through and they get the opportunity to design their own park and to classify their runs. So as a performance task, totally good. Connected to their interests. It's got the rigor that they need. They're meeting those standards. As a project, though, I would want to kick this up a notch. So this is great as an introduction for a project. I'd be like, listen, this is cool. This is how we're going to think about the things that we want to do. Now, I want to take it to the next level by designing a project. And that means that I need to give my students voice and choice in how we're going to tackle this project. So we're not just doing it with some simulated one on a worksheet. We are going to bump it up. My students, as I mentioned, we have a ski hill nearby. My students could do a bunch of things in order to get these analyses themselves. They could, 1, look at one of the resort maps, see how they're coded, create a scale drawing from that, and use their trigonometry to verify and code the different runs. That would be one step. It's one step above this. It's more real. They've been on those runs. They know what those runs are classified as. So they've got that context, that real feel context to be able to do this. That's one option. Look at the map, see how you can recreate it, use your trig to analyze it. Option number two, go to the mountain. Take some measurements. See what you can do. Do you know that your phone has a feature in it where that acts as a clinometer? You can go into your phone if you have an iPhone and you can go to the measurement tools. You can open up measurement tools, and if you go to level, oh, let's see if it'll show you. Okay, right? So you can use this to find different degrees. Students don't even have to make the clinometer, although that is more fun, right? Get some straws, a washer, whatever. Anyways, that's more fun. But your students have this. This is what they're more likely to use in the real world if they need to know that. So why not teach them to use that as a tool? So option number two for my students, go to the mountain, take the measurements yourselves. Option number three for my students, make me a mountain. I don't want to just see this. I don't want to see that you can draw a mountain. I want you to make me a scale mountain. I want you to make it, design me, go diorama style, whatever. Make me a scale figure. Make me a mountain. Make me the mountain that's close to our home. Make me your favorite mountain from out west. Some of my students go out west. I like all the ones right here in Michigan. I'm happy with these mountains. Make me one. 2 to 3 options. What student isn't going to love one of these options? My students, again, step one, make sure it's connected to their interests and that it's real and relevant. Check, check. Majority of my students are skiers and snowboarders. This is absolutely something that matters. What the grade of a hill is matters. I remember the first time I went down a double black diamond and I was unprepared and I sat on my butt and rode that down because I did not understand what the grade of a mountain meant. Now I know what the grade of a mountain means, and that is very useful. And that's something that they need to know and understand when they're out there. Okay, step one, done. Step two, connected to the standards. Told you. Angles, elevation, angle of depression, trigonometry. We can use sine, cosine, and tangent. Make it just some straight up right triangle trig. They can use Pythagorean theorem. Tell me how long that run is. Perfect. I know I can tie it to my standards. Step three, give them choices. Do you want to look and analyze an actual mountain? Perfect. Do that. Find the map, analyze the mountain from the map. Just a step up from what they were doing on this document for me. 2, go to the mountain. Go to the mountain, take the measurements. You've got a phone, you've got the tools. Find an organizer, create an organizer, a table. Organize your work, do it that way. Step 3, choice 3, make me one. That's it. 3 easy options that my students get to choose to do. They've got voice and choice in how they're going to do the project. The project connects to them. It is real and relevant, and it is rigorous. Pass the reality check, passes inspection by me, by them. Everyone's excited. Nobody's asking me, when am I ever going to need this? That's all it takes, you guys, those 3 steps. So go out there, plan a project. Let me know what your project is going to be. I can't wait to hear. And until next time, keep it real.